Hello everybody, Maven here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. So Legend of Acrius has always been one of the least popular choices for exotic heavy weapons because it was never nearly as good as just using a sword. Doesn't matter if it was an exotic sword or just a normal legendary sword, swords are always better because they had a lot more ammo reserves, a lot more total damage output, and a lot better DPS, and Legend of Acrius kind of just fell flat. But in a recent TWAB, they announced that Pellet Shotguns are getting a 15% damage buff in PvE. So is that buff big enough to make Legend of Acrius better than swords? That's what we're going to find out today, and we're going to be testing it against the beloved Lament and also the classic legendary DPS sword, the Falling Guillotine, to see if Legend of Acrius can match their power. So let's get to it. And if you are new here and you enjoy Destiny 2 PvE and PvP weapon testing and builds, then you've come to the right place because we do that a lot here, so consider subscribing and liking. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the video. So we're going to do our main testing in this video against Pharizia, the ogre boss of the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, so we can actually get a damage comparison, some damage numbers. But first I wanted to run these weapons through the Conflux Lost Sector and test them out against Karl the Colossus to see their burst damage. And the Acrius is doing pretty good. 4 clean bursts, really quick and easy, but note that it is taking up 1/3 of our total heavy ammo reserves, which is a lot to ask for. And next up is the Lament, and it is a little bit more of a struggle, and Karl jumps away, we have to chase him down, and sometimes even the heavy attack on the Lament whiffs, and it's annoying sometimes, but it does get the job done, and it's taking up a lot less of our ammo reserves. And next up is the Falling Guillotine, and it does take a little bit more of our ammo reserves than the Lament does. However, again, it does get the job done. It is a little bit more of a struggle than the Acrius, but it does do the work. So from this burst damage test against Karl, which would translate to any major in the game, we can confirm that the Acrius is the best, but it does unfortunately eat up a lot more of the ammo reserves, so you be the judge. And with that, let's move on to Pharizia.
Indeed.
So normally when we do these damage testing videos, we start off with the namesake weapon of the video, so we should be starting with Acrius. However, I left that for the last one, and you'll see why once we get to it. So we're starting off with the Falling Guillotine, and we hit just over 1.1 million damage, which is not bad, but note that we did blow through almost all of our reserves, and we are running double sword reserves on our chest, so it ate through so much ammo.
Indeed.
And next up is the Lament, and you might have noticed that I scuffed up a lot of my combos and my attacks are really inconsistent, but it really doesn't matter, and you'll see why once we get to the Acrius. But the Lament did a little bit more damage than the Falling Guillotine. However, the only difference is that even though it was scuffed, we still did more damage, and on top of that, we still had ammo to spare. So it's quite obvious that the Lament is way better than the Guillotine, has way more total damage output. So it's pretty good.
Indeed.
And there you have it. That is why it all didn't matter. Your disappointment is as immeasurable as mine. The Acrius is still not putting out nearly as much damage as swords. And on top of that, a legendary sword like the Fallen Guillotine, it's not taking up an exotic slot like the Acrius is, so you can pair the Guillotine with the Witherhoard for even more DPS. So Acrius is not where it's at, unfortunately. And on to the wrap-up, I guess. So we can confirm that the Acrius definitely is not meant for boss DPS phases, and that was with double shotgun reserves, by the way. So do not bring Acrius into high-level content like raids, unless Arc 3.0 specifically gives us a mod that makes the Acrius insane. But what we can confirm from the Caro clips and from the background gameplay, that the Acrius does a particularly good job at nuking majors. So if you're just running through low-level content like patrol or strikes, the Acrius is not a bad option. When you come across a yellow bar, it'll nuke it cleaner than swords will. But even in that case, I still prefer using my Eager Edge sword in lower level content to just zip through activities really quickly. And the thing is, you can pair that with the Wither Horde, so it'll do just as good of a job at nuking majors than the Acrius would. And when I was getting the background gameplay, I was noticing that my Heritage Slug Shotgun could get all the jobs done that the Acrius could. So what's the point of the Acrius? I guess you don't really have to aim the Acrius because it's a pellet shotgun, and it does over-penetrate enemies like it has armor-piercing rounds or something, and it does penetrate through Phalanx shields. I don't know if it penetrates through Hydra shields. I didn't test that, but I know it penetrates Phalanxes. But still, when can you ever justify putting on Legend of Acrius? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. Those two actions really help the algorithm and the video's performance. And if you are new, consider subscribing. Feel free to leave your feedback and suggestions, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.